Hey everyone, my name is Adina and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time coming, I hope that you enjoy yourself and you want to come back and stay, and hopefully you'll subscribe to my channel and like and comment so that I'll know that you're enjoying it. Also, if you're someone who has been coming back and visiting me, thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Every time someone comments on my videos, I try my best to reply back. If you have any questions or anything like that, I'm more than happy to answer, and I would love some engagement. So I'm just going to get into today's video. So I kind of fell off with my videos, and I'm just going to be honest. It's with a multi-generation family. It's always a lot of traffic going on. And I don't mean like visitors, but like my granddaughter, my daughter, and her boyfriend. They come by, and we're talking to one another. And sometimes we're talking about something serious. And sometimes we're just doing some lighthearted stuff. But it's sometimes I can't even say, you know what, I'm going to push you off so that I can do my content, because that's inconsiderate of me. So I just wanted to let you know that I do want to keep my channel going and keep my content going with it. Sometimes I may have a little lull. I have some highs and some lows, but I'm enjoying coming back. And I made sure that I'm doing this video, even though it's like, it's 6:45 right now. So this was the makeup that I had on all day. I had an injury because I painted my room. I just had a lot of stuff going on over the weekend. I painted my room. So I am going to show the video of just the room of how it looks now, but that's going to be a little later, probably next week, because I do have that little area where I showed you where my jewelry is hanging, the little project that I did, and like my storage for some of my other items is in that area. It was just too much. My shoulders started hurting. I did a ragging technique on the wall where my bed is, and like I said, I think I mentioned this maybe on a video quite some time ago, and my room is probably a 12 by 12 size room, and it has everything in it that's mine. So it's not like I have a beauty room and my bedroom. My beauty area is in my bedroom. So if you're someone who likes that type of content where I'm really showing how I'm getting stuff fit together and for this room, because that's what's about to come up. I'm going to share my vanity. It's a do-it-yourself. I pieced it together, and I'm finally happy with it, especially with the paint job. So now I'm just going to go ahead get into what I said I was going to get into. So first I want to talk about this makeup look, and it's really good because it was still my items from week 5 from Project Pan 2026. So and you may hear my dog barking. There is a big old video championship game going on in the den, so you may hear some hollering and cussing, and I love it. I do love it, but I'm trying to stay on point. Plus, I got the ADHD thing. So for today's look, I use my items from Project Pan 2026 week 5. Week 6 probably is going to have most of these same items. These are the items that I have come to at this point that they have not failed me. They are really doing what I need them to do. And I have even hit pan and emptied a couple of items. So this is the items that I had. So I'm just going to go into that now. So first I have my coconut hydrating spray. This is from Magic Collection. I'm in love with this. The scent is a real mild coconut smell, so it's not something that's going to like irritate most people. I know some people are super sensitive to smells. I just smell things really strongly, but I'm not sensitive to the smell, if that makes sense. I smell it real strongly, but it doesn't give me like a reaction. So I mist my face first with my coconut hydrating water. By the way, these items will be returning unless they aren't returning. I'll tell you why. Next is my serum that I got from Dollar Tree. This is that power serum. I talked about it in the last video, so I'm not going to go into it, but it's a returning item. I'll be using this until it's gone. By the way, I have several more of these in my stash, so you'll probably be seeing this again. Next is my LA Splash Soothing and Cooling Face Stick. I use this under my eyes and like in my T-zone, mostly on my forehead area because I start getting a little creasing. And here, I get those smile lines. So I do that. I mean, aging happens, and I want to age gracefully, but I'm not, ashamed of aging. I think my face looks pretty decent, considering I'll be 60 next month. I'm happy about this. I think I look pretty decent. Next are my moisturizers. This won't be returning. This is the e.l.f. Thirst Burst Drops. it won't be returning because I am out. I did place an order on Amazon just a little while ago, said it won't be here until Wednesday, which means Thursday. I love these drops. I'm not certain if anyone else is in love with these, but these Thirst Burst drops are very illuminating and they're very moisturizing. But before I do that, I have been applying my L'Oreal Collagen Moisturizer. This is like my third jar of this, and I just love this product. I really feel that it has a real good hydration to it, and that, where is the, okay, over here. So, and it's rich. It's not thin in any kind of way. So I've been using this in conjunction with my Thirst Burst drops. This is applied directly after my cooling stick, and then I go in with the Thirst Burst drops on top of that, and I let that sit while I'm like either putting on my clothes or I'm making up my bed. Usually I have a good little routine that my bed is made up before I put my clothes on. Next, I'll talk about my primers and setting sprays. I know this is kind of out of order, but these items kind of like work in tandem with one another. So these are my products for my prep. This week, I've been using this Coastal Scents. I popped the tape on this last week. I really think that this is doing good. It's keeping good grip on my eyebrows. I put it all around my eye area. And if there's any remaining, I will pat that down into my smile lines and into my forehead to hopefully help with the creasing. It seems like it's been doing that. It's been helping. I do want to reiterate, under my eyes is so bad because I went decades of tearing up my eyes from itchy because of my extreme allergies. I am on medication now that helps that, but I can't turn back time. So then after I apply my primer for around my eye area, I go in with my hydrating, this is the Dewy Coconut Setting Mist by e.l.f. And I not mix, but like I'll mist my face with this first, and then I'll apply some of the e.l.f. Luminous putty primer. So I'll put that on. I'll spray down with this. Once that dries down some, I apply the putty. Now, I think I'm going to leave talking about this until a little later on, until the end of what my products are. So just remember this blue spray can because it'll be coming up again. Next is my brows. I've been using the Estee Lauder bronzer. It's a real light bronzer, and then I use the Palladio brown brow powder. So what I do is I will take I use an angled brush. Let's see if I can find it right quick. Where is that brush? Here it is. This is the brush that I do my eyebrows with. I love it because I can just do like one swipe, and it, it does like it does the perfect brow for me. So what I do is first I go into the bronzer because you can see how light that is. It's a super light bronzer. And you can probably see where the little dip is right here. That's I need to start spreading it out how I'm doing that so it'll wear evenly a little better because I don't want it to all hit pan in that one area and then it seems like it'll break apart. But I dip into the bronzer first, and then I do like the slightest tap into the Palladio brow powder, and then I go back and use the bronzer again because I like it to start my brow kind of light. By that first swipe, then the dark brown from the Palladio is coming out, and then that makes the soft brow look because I've already dipped into this like initially. That's my brows, and then I just put it back in here. Today it's time for me to clean up my brows. I've been using this Kiss Full Coverage Concealer. This is in number 310, which is Sun Beige. It's empty. There's nothing left. It is all gone. I've even gone in with my long-handled Q-tip to get the rest of it. This is it. This is going into the empties pile. I'm going to do like quarterly the empties. I'm not going to try and do it once a month because I don't have enough empties to warrant me actually doing a video for empties. So I think I'll do that quarterly. So at the end of March, I'll go ahead and do my empties. I'm saving them all in a bag so I can show them, and that way I can say, what I like, what I didn't. So I start out with prepping my lips. This has been my current lip therapy prep for before I start applying all of the rest of my like primers and stuff. So I put this on before I do that, but this is after I've already mist my face and put my moisturizer on. I'm going to use this until it's all gone so that this could be part of my empties, but this is the Nika K Shea Butter Lip Therapy. It really gives a nice finish to my lips. They feel nice and saturated. And then I do wipe it off before I go in with my lip shade. Oh, you know what? Let me show you what products I used on my lips today, because everything that's in this basket, I use just for my look. I'm not going to talk about that yet. See, I gotta stay on point. Gotta stay on point. Gotta stay on point. For my lips today, I can't tell what the shade is on it. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, so I got my glasses. So I lined my lips with this Nika K Stay Ever liner. This is in the shade Dusk Plum. Yeah, Dusk Plum. So I lined my lips with this, and then I applied this Rose Femme lipstick, which is by Milani. Super smooth. This is like, I like those tea rose colors. And see, I'm just now putting this on because the last time I put on some lipstick was before I left work, because you know, after I eat and stuff, it's like coming off anyway. And then I went on top of that with this plumping lip gloss, which is one of those Tony lip glosses, lip plumper gloss in Carmina Pink. So I just thought that this was a great lip kit. I didn't blend out the lip liner like I normally would, because I was just trying to get out the building. But I mean, I had a full face today, so I had to have some lipstick on when I left. After I've used my concealer and I've, corrected my brows, did under my eyes, stuff like that. Oh, I want to tell you all what I've been doing, because I was using this orange from the Ruby Kisses Cream 3D Contour Artist palette. And I was mixing it with this kind of luminous shade. But what I did this morning was it was just trial and error. I used a blush. And I think that might be part of my new routine, is using this blush that I got from Dollar Tree. It's kind of hydrating. I felt that under my eyes looked really good. So I think that might be what I'm going to use. I think that this may be a little too thick for correcting for my eye area, because of my under my eyes is so dry and beat up. So I think this is just a little too stiff, and so it doesn't like naturally move on its own. But the blush did. The blush didn't give me any problems. But this is what I've used, this shade here, to contour. And you see how dug in it is. So this was my basically all I'm using this palette for now is just for this darkest contour, because it has a little warmth to it. I don't particularly care for this shade or this shade because they're cool tone. So I do like this one because it's more warm tone. But that's my contour for my nose and around my face. So then after I put like a few dots like on my forehead, in my cheek area, right here, and I've done my nose, then I go with my foundation. I'm still using the Believe Beauty. This is their Skin Finish Foundation. I want more of this. I need to just go up to Dollar General and see if they have it. I think it's out. And, it's like whenever you start liking something, it kind of like disappears. That's what I feel like with this. I feel like since I now am in love with this, because I've been using it, it gives me a nice luminous look. It's like medium coverage. You can build it up. I don't use a lot of coverage. My skin is pretty decent, but this has the illuminating look that I like. It's not really dewy. It's more like a satin foundation. This is in sand, and I just really love it. It blends so well with my concealer, because I've already put on like that Ruby Kisses and I've blended that out. And then I go in with this, and then I blend that into my contour shade. So today, this is what I wanted to talk about, because today, last week's basket was the contour powder, is the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette. This is in, I believe it's medium dark. Yes, medium to dark. So what I did was, my whole eye look was this palette. So I used a little bit of this tawny shade that's in the middle, just as like a transition. I use a dark shade to build up my outer corners, and then I've used a flat shadow brush to apply this to the middle of my eye. It looked really pretty. I got a lot of compliments today. Like, oh, that I like that natural look. But I use for my eye look, and then I also set my contour with this. The only item that was in my basket this week that was not part of my week products was this for today. I'll just say for today. It's this highlighter, which I have dogged out from Dollar Tree. It's got like that iridescent look, and it really makes your look soft. So what I do is, after I've done my highlighter, where I've gotten it kind of built up to like my high points on my face, and like across my nose and down in this area, I take a soft like blush, trying to see, it's over on that side, I can't get to it. I use like a soft blush brush and kind of dust it lightly across my face. So I'm kind of using it as a setting powder, but I'm also using it to illuminate my face. And I do have I think one or two more of these, which I bought. I'm glad I did, because I haven't seen these back in Dollar Tree for a while. But that's going to be part of when I show my storage. I'll have a video that I'm going to do my vanity, because I'm really proud of how my vanity turned out. So the last thing that I'm using face-wise from my last week's products, and like I said, they're all coming back. The only thing that, you know what, I do have, I'm quite certain I do have a new 310. I have a new 310. So this is going to be in my basket for week 6. I'm not really feeling the camo hydrating concealers, because I've noticed that they're kind of stiff too. I need like a concealer that has some movement to it. Because under my eyes is so delicate. I mean, I know everyone's is, but mine is extremely delicate because I've abused it. So back to my item. This is my setting spray when I'm completely done with my makeup. This Tear spray, I swear by it. And it's a lot of product. I don't drench my face, but I pretty much get it really wet with this item. And then I take my little beauty fan to, dry it down. But after I use this, it just looks like it fuses the makeup so that I don't have any of those harsh lines. I really love using this. I know I better buy another one before they do some funny stuff and take it off their website or whatever. But I'm really in love with this setting spray. It is really transfer proof. I mean, I used to hug people and hug them like, hey, okay, because I didn't want my face to actually touch them in any kind of way, because I would get a transfer. This does not transfer. It's like it's a magic potion. I just love this stuff. So if you're ever on TikTok shop, I don't know where else you can get it, because that's how TikTok got me. TikTok has got me quite a few times. I'm like, how did I fall for that? But they work. This stuff worked. Those are my face items. Now I'll tell you what I use for my fragrance for the week. Nothing was wrong with them. It was a perfect combination. With the exception of the Jimmy Choo, because you can see how much is left in there. It's a hit pan in a bottle. You know what I mean? It's almost gone. So I'm going to use this for the rest of the week. I'm going to use these items for the rest of the week probably. I'm thinking now that I just looked at the amount of the Jimmy Choo just to get finished with it. But I used the Jimmy Choo body oil that I got from the beauty supply store, and then I used some of this marshmallow perfume, TikTok shop. Then my mixture, which is some refractionated coconut oil. I took some of the shimmer one. I think it was like there was a Tarte. Yeah, I had a little bit of Tarte, their squeeze highlighter. I put that in here, and I spent like 20-15 minutes just shaking. I was watching a TV show, and all I did was just sit up and shake. I just shook because it kept breaking up, but it finally, blended together. And this is what I use in addition to the Tahitian vanilla from Palmer's Skin Success. And then I also put in some of this Dollar General or Family Dollar shea and cocoa butter baby oil. So like after I take my shower and I put this on, These are the only two things I put on at night, in addition to my like deodorant. But I put in the morning, I do wind up applying this again with these three items just so I can get my fragrance for the day. That's about it. That's all I had to talk about. I mean, I'm just going to use the same items. I can say one thing that I really like about doing these baskets that I'm doing is that since I've been doing the baskets, it's so much easier for me to get myself together in the morning. I like pick out a couple of outfits, you know, depending on, so that I have, like if I'm feeling kind of funky, I can put that on. If I'm feeling kind of dressy, I'll have a different outfit. Probably this week I'll be doing just t-shirts and leggings because I'm starting to go walking again. I think I told you guys before, I listened to DJ Tamil. He has a Superman mix. I'll probably try and put the link in my bio, because not in the bio, in my caption, because I mean this mix really gets you moving. If you like house music and you need that 4/4 beat to keep your steps up, this really does work good. I'm so mad about that. I broke this fingernail. I broke it when I was painting. I thought it would be a good idea to do a terrible thing and use my nails as tools and not a screwdriver or something like that. So anyway, I just was thinking about that. I'm so random. But so using these baskets now, I'm not like with my setup how it is. I have everything organized. You know, I'm in a smaller space. I don't have an extra room like I had when I had my own place in Chicago, because I had my bedroom and then I had my diva den that was my dressing room. So now this is my diva den. It's my bedroom slash beauty room slash cute space. I mean, I really like it. I feel real comfortable with it the way it is right now. I'm really, really happy with how my room looks. So if you would like a room tour, let me know. It's nothing, I don't have one of those Ethan Allen type bedrooms. You know, my bedroom fits my style and my personality. I'm a maximist. I like a lot of stuff. I like it to be organized. I'm super duper organized. If my daughter, if she ever asks me for something, I know exactly where it is. If my granddaughter says, "Hey, Nani, can I get such and such?" I know exactly where it is, and it's because I'm really organized. I make sure I fold up my clothes and stuff like that. Got a little mild case of OCD. You want to talk about? I bought these two color shifting eyeshadows from Be Pure from Dollar Tree a couple of days ago. I had picked up a couple other things. Some of them was like not beauty related in any kind of way. I had some notebook pad, some spiral notebooks, because that's what I like to write on when I'm at work. And this is now turned into a vlog. It's not just about my makeup stuff, and I'm okay with that. I hope you all don't mind me being a little wordy and stuff like that, because again, that's part of my conversation style. But I picked these up, and it says that they're color shifting. So I think I'm going to try and use one of these tomorrow. One is kind of a pink that kind of like goes from a rose gold to a pink. And then the other one is like a champagne. So this is the rose gold to pink. And then this is like a champagne that blends into like a peachy color. Yeah, so I think I'm going to use one of these tomorrow just because I want to see what it looks like. And then I'll post my pictures on my, your girl may be on a budget video tomorrow. I didn't do one today because Mondays is kind of hard for me to do that, because usually on Mondays I get up early and go to the store to pick up the stuff for my daughter and I to have for lunch for the week. So that's why usually on Mondays I probably won't post that. Sometimes I'll try to post my pictures because I just don't have the time to do the actual video. I see the room tour. I really don't want to do that video unless someone says they really would like to see it. Some people aren't really interested in seeing someone's do-it-yourself projects, because most of my stuff in here is do-it-myself. I've done it myself, and I would like to explain what it is instead of bringing it up right now. But I think I spent enough time on this video right now. I hope everyone has a great day. Be beautiful and be good. Bye.